Well, hello everybody. Welcome. Good to see you all again. Sorry about last week. I'm kind of embarrassed to say I got a little bit of food poisoning and I just wasn't up for it. But I'm back again today. Good to see everybody. Get your cup of reason ready. Let's have a sit down and a chit chat and just kind of catch up and see how everybody's been doing. So let's have a take a look at the chat and see who's here. We've got Heat Shield with us. Hello, Heat Shield. Welcome. Sable, always good to see you, mate. We've got I Am Blue. Hello, sir. Good to see you again. Dr. Nimrod as well, here with his sound medical advice or lack thereof. Peter, hello, Peter, my good friend. Nice to see you. We've also got Jens with us. Ahoy, hoy, Jens. And 2AD. I always trip over that one, buddy. Sorry, man. 2AHD Cat. I'll just call you Cat. How's that? Welcome. Good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in the chat in a little bit. Always welcome. So, how's everybody been doing? Yeah, well, it's been kind of the way it usually is for me. Busy week. Getting down to the last like 7 or 8 weeks left of the school year. So things are ramping up for final exams and grading and final reports and so on. So things are getting a little bit hectic for me at the old Jobberoonie, but hanging in there, getting the work done, managing to at least get out of the office on time. So all is good there. There's a small chance that my sister will be hopping in later on in the show. She won't be staying for very long, but I do know that she's got some other plans. But if she can, she's going to hop in tonight and say her hellos and have a little chit chat with me. Let's see. Oh, Clive. Hello, Clive. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend, always. Hello, Clara. Good to see you. Who else? Anybody else new popping in? Nope, that's about it. Cool. Well, I'm sure the rest will pop in as they figure out that I'm live. Yeah, that was nasty last week, man. I was having a pretty busy Saturday, doing a lot of catch-up work, preparing for this last little stretch to the finish of the school year and doing some work at home. And I popped into the office, pick up some stuff and stopped in somewhere just to have a quick bowl of noodles, on a local street vendor, tasty as hell. But unfortunately, I think maybe I picked up a dirty bowl or something because when I got home, I was ralphing. It was nasty. And I just wasn't feeling up to it. So I kind of pulled the plug on that one. But sorry, everyone. I apologize. Didn't mean to do that. But what can you do? I figured you guys didn't want me on here live watching me hork up my guts. That wouldn't have been a pleasant thing for you folks. So I pulled the plug on it. But here we are, back again, feeling fine, enjoying my coffee as usual. What the heck? Not the whole hell of a lot been going on. As I said, I've been pretty busy gearing up for the end of the school year. But I do have a couple of things in the works, and I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's basically a case of where I've always said I just absolutely despise sovsits and frauditors and stuff. I stay away from that crap. I really do. I mean, it's fun to watch it on Team's channel and on Johnny's channel, but other than that, I really don't get involved in it. Well, you guys know, but I have decided to at least make an attempt to make a fairly substantial video explaining why I hate him so much and why I just won't get into that whole sovsit frauditor bandwagon. I'm working on that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. It'll be a one-off. It's not content I'm going to be doing regularly. It's just content explaining why. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Try and put the old Steaming Cup of Reason brand on it, do it in the old score style. You know me, if you know my flat earth stuff from way back, I'm not going to hold it back. So hey, if I'm going to do this one off, I might as well have fun with it, right? And just give it to them, both barrels. No holding back. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, other than that, I'm still working on getting Vietnam Unlisted up and running. I'm almost there. Should be ready. I'd like to be able to at least get it started with a couple of videos before the end of the school year. But as things start ramping up over the next few weeks, it's going to be a real demand on my time. So I can't make any promises, but uh, I am working on it. I've got a few ideas for how I want to structure it. I'm thinking of doing maybe just some uh, shorter videos, but do a couple of releases a week, maybe two, or if I can manage it, three. But I'd like to separate it out. For example, I've been watching a lot of Tusk stuff lately, and I really enjoy watching that guy cook and just teach Gaelic. It's kind of fun, you know. I really enjoy watching it, and a huge kudos to the man for doing it. And That's where I got the idea of doing a segment, a short video, 5 or 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes max, every Friday. I'm going to call it Phrasebook Fridays, where I'm just going to look at particular useful phrases and vocabulary and things that would be useful to a traveler visiting Vietnam. So I thought that might be a fun and interesting thing to do, and give me something to release on Fridays, and then I'm gonna kind of think of some ideas for the rest of the week. Maybe one more earlier in the week, like oh, I don't know. Let's see. Well, yeah, if you guys got ideas, by all means, let me know. Hey, I'm willing to look into it and give it a shot and see if it'll work. But I think that Phrasebook Fridays for Vietnam Unlisted, I think that'd be a fun and interesting segment. I think a lot of people would get a joyful, or a bit of fun out of it, and maybe learn some Vietnamese along the way. You know, I don't know a whole lot of Vietnamese. I'm not a conversationalist by any means, but I do have a fairly good uh, repertoire of simple phrases and things that I use when I'm out and about without Pearl. That I get by with them. You know, I need to learn a lot more. Vietnamese is a tough language to learn. It is tough, but I'm working on it. 20 years. I still can't get my head around it, but I'm trying. So I figured I might as well let you guys share the journey with me. So Vietnam Unlisted will have at least a Friday segment called Phrasebook Fridays. So once we get that going, look out for that. And give me your feedback. Give me your honest opinion. Let me know what you think. So what else is going up in the chat here? Let's see. Yeah, I heard Delete Laws. He got freaking hammered on live. They threw his butt in the can. Man, couldn't happen there. Happened to a creepier guy. Yeah. I hope they throw the friggin' book at that jerk. What a dick. You know, that guy has no business walking the streets, to be honest. I hope they throw the book at him, really nail him. The way he was treating that officer with disrespect was unbelievable. So, yeah, I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Um, let's see. Oh, Clara's got a channel idea. Let's have a look at that. What do you got for me, Clara? Um, oh, here, let me bring that up. Talking about Vietnamese food and name of Vietnamese and name it Vietnamese. Um, I was planning on doing a segment just on Vietnamese food. I was gonna call it something like local eats or Monday munchies. Hey, that's a good one. Monday munchies, Vietnamese. Yeah, so we can put that on the top. You know, Vietnamese Monday munchies, and I can maybe release a video on a local street vendor, the multitude of different kinds of foods you can get on the street as you're walking along. You know, uh, so that's a great idea, Clara. Thank you very much. that kind of solidifies the idea I had a little while ago. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Num num num. That's right, Clara. Absolutely. Num 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 num. You bet. Uh, I absolutely agree. Num num num. Mm, yeah. Let's see what we got here. 2HD or Cat. Sorry, just going to call you Cat from now on, man. Cat says we have a Vietnamese Thai restaurant nearby. Excellent food, a little pricey though. Well, that's probably because a lot of Vietnamese food relies very heavily on ingredients that are plentiful here, but hard to get imported in other countries. So that's probably why it's a little bit more pricey where you are, because some of the ingredients they have to bring in from Vietnam. Uh, but by and large, here in country, food here is dirt cheap. I swear to God, it's dirt cheap. You could cover a table with 20 different dishes and fill your gullet till you can't hold any more. And I bet you that entire meal is going to cost you less than a fiver. Honest to God, food here is not expensive. It's imported food, Western food, and things like that. That's going to get pricey here. I think you're probably going to spend a lot more here on Rotten Ronnies than you would back home. But then again, we don't really do the Rotten Ronnies here. That's mostly for the American tourists who want to have Rotten Ronnies with them here in Vietnam. you know, although it is getting popular with the younger generations. See a lot more teenagers, high school students, and that hitting the Rotten Ronnies and the Burger Kings. Uh, but yeah, among most of us expats, it's really not that big a deal. I might have Rotten Ronnies once or twice a month. Order it in for lunch at work when I'm busy and I don't have time for anything else. So it's convenient. But other than that, I don't really like to go out of my way to go there. And likewise, in your country, getting authentic Vietnamese cuisine might be a little bit more pricey because it's not everything to make it is not readily available in your country. So they probably have to import a lot of the ingredients. So, but still, excellent stuff, isn't it? It's wonderful, wonderful, simple but tasty, and that's what I love about Vietnamese food. It's simple, it's easy, and it's tasty and cheap, really, really cheap. So, yeah. The white pepper garlic pork. Um, I can't remember what that's called here. Uh, I think I'm pretty sure I know the dish you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll find out, and I'm going to include that on Vietnamese Monday Munchies. So yeah, good one. Um, let's see. So we got a little something. Okay, well, Clara says, I don't know how political you want to get, but I heard that the official Vietnamese flag, the red with a yellow star, is controversial and that some find it offensive. Um, Not really. Uh, Here in South Vietnam, the South Vietnamese flag before the war was blue and yellow, I believe, with a white star. Um, but since the communists or the North Vietnamese reunified the country after the war, they took on the red field with the yellow star, which is well, it's basically a carry forward of the Russian Soviet flag and the Chinese flag, which all have that same color scheme, red with gold or yellow emblems. So, but the Vietnamese flag in and of itself, currently here in Vietnam, is not really considered offensive by anyone. Maybe to some expats who don't like the idea of where it originates from, but no. I think that's more of a falsehood that you may have heard somewhere. People here are actually very nationalistic and very proud of their flag, to be honest. Yeah, a yellow star, a single yellow star in a red field. and asymmetric, like the Canadian flag, looks the same from both sides. Um, yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And funny enough that should say that. There's a couple of places here in Saigon that actually do have good schnitzel. If you really want to have a taste of home, bit pricey, but you can get it here, and there's a couple of really good places to get it. So if you're ever in Vietnam, traveling, and you're looking for a little taste of home, hit me up. I'll tell you where to go, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But you're right. What's the point of coming to Vietnam if all you want to eat is food from home, right? When you're in, when in Rome, do as Romans do and eat as Romans eat. Yeah, that's the philosophy all travelers should follow. Uh, I can't. Okay, I can't pronounce it. I speak English and bad English, lol, and a bit of German. Well, we all have problems with some languages. And my sister has arrived. Everybody say hello to my sister. Hello, Hilda. How are you, dear?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yo, perfectly. Just fine.
Good.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be on camera tonight, but
that's
you don't
fine.
see
You
a
don't need to
logo
be.
there, do you? Can
Huh?
I upload a picture? Can I upload a
Sure,
picture?
you can. Yeah, right.
No.
In the bottom where you see your name, Hilda Sis, just hit that little icon that says with the microphone
Okay.
and the three
Okay.
dots. It says,
Edit
edit.
audio.
Yeah, there you go. Edit name, and then you can change your.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll try and look for.
yeah, that's cool. No problem. Or you can send it to me, and I'll see if I can do it for you. But hey, so how you doing, kiddo? Haven't talked to you in a while. How you been? Well, giggling at something.
You didn't see me on camera, did you?
No, no, you just popped up as a white logo. So no, didn't see you.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, Sable
I'll
Eagle
just.
says hello. We hear you. Clara
Hi.
Microraptor says hi. Jen says hello, Hilda. So awesome. Everybody in the chat saying their highs. Yeah. So I know you can't hang around long. You got some plans, but thanks for coming by. It's always nice to have you here.
No,
Yeah.
no problem. It's my
Yeah. Are you
pleasure.
are you starting to get busy at work too? Being close to the end of the school year, things ramping up for the final exams and stuff.
Yeah, well, actually, no, we're starting term three, so we're just
Oh,
now
okay.
doing our exams for term two.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I
You
don't know. Yeah, I don't
what's
know. Can you do it from your end, Jeff?
okay? Well, let me see. Just send me a picture.
I'll send you a
You,
picture.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're going to send it by email, or you're going to put it in
Well, I'll send it
Discord?
in WhatsApp. I'll send it to
In
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Awesome. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
It's
All right.
I have this new tablet, and I'm just still learning how to use some parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, no problem.
so yeah,
Just send.
we're at a new.
Hmm. So, yeah, I was just telling the folks about some ideas and some plans for the new term.
Has announced that Fridays we will work from home because Friday is prayer day,
Uh huh.
and so we already work a half day. But he said, "Well,
Mm-hmm.
geez, why not make it a full day?" Which means nobody will come to school, so we'd be sitting online talking to the air, the
Yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah. There you go. We had the
Should
same
be
thing here
so.
during the pandemic.
Yeah,
The
well,
first half of the school year was online, and
yeah,
most
yeah,
classes were close to empty, or they were there but just turned off their camera, so they're buggering around somewhere.
yeah. Most of them turned on their they signed into Teams because we use
Yeah.
Teams, and then
Okay.
basically turned off their mic and their camera and went to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And what can
Actually,
you do
we're
about it?
Nothing. And then the thing is, we're not allowed cameras because it's an Islamic country, so the girls can't show their faces. So
Ah,
we can't even see if they're present in the room, you know? So we have very little control. Anyway, it's
yeah.
all right. I'll just set my independent learning on Fridays and I'll sit back and have my coffee and knit
Cool.
for the
Awesome.
morning and collect my salary. I'm happy.
All right. I got your
Funny.
picture.
You got my
I got
picture.
I got your photo.
Ta-da! So everyone can finally see.
So I'm just gonna go and see if I can get that updated for everybody. Oh, that's not gonna work.
So I was talking to a friend of mine, actually my coworker. She sits in the office with me. She's from Philly, in the U.S., and she's
Mm-hmm.
been to over 80 countries. She's traveled to over
Wow.
80 countries. So she got
Wow, that's
online to this thing called Upwork. I don't know if
mm-hmm.
anybody's heard of it. It's called Upwork. And
Mm-hmm.
she's writing travel itineraries. And then they sell the itineraries for a percentage. So it's like 8 to 10 day trips, and you book all the events and the tours and everything. And so she's
Yeah.
done 3 of those, and she seems to be getting some traffic there. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
maybe I'll tell you about it because I know you're interested in getting your travel thing started.
Cool. Well, yeah, it's actually it's not really a travel channel.
No, no, of course not.
It's more about a life as an expat here in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Okay, so you're going to
So,
focus it there then.
so I'm going to
Okay.
focus mostly on what it's like to live here and just how to get things done and all kinds of different things. I've actually
Yeah,
come up with a couple of ideas already. So
cool.
Peter Noddle, by the way, says he loves your melodious voice. Love that melodious voice. Well,
Yeah,
you do have a
luckily.
nice voice.
Well, thank you. People seem to think I'm younger than I am on the phone, unless I get angry. It's like I
Okay,
tell
well,
my students, yeah. Is
I'm
that
having a
Peter? Is
bit of
that you, Peter? Or is that is that you with a helmet, or is that just a
well,
fake picture?
trust me, I've seen Peter put a helmet on him, and that's just about what he does look like. But yeah, he's a good
It's
guy.
funny. I
I've
like
had him on
that.
the show before,
Yeah,
so I'd
I
love to
like
have
that
him back.
avatar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm having a
so
little trouble. I can't do it from my end because it's your avatar.
okay,
So
well, I'll just keep
yeah.
playing with it. Why don't you talk to your guys and I'll play because you can't hear me when I open this up, it seems. So why don't you play
Well,
with your friends and
yeah,
then
along
I'll try and
along
do
the
this.
bottom, along the
Yeah.
bottom, just hit the gear, the settings. You should be able to do it from there. And in
Okay.
the meantime, I'll just keep talking.
All right.
Talking head. All right, so we'll let Hilda go and figure out her avatar, get that up and running, and in the meantime, we'll just keep on talking. So, thanks, Peter. You're right. She does have a really nice voice. It's always very pleasant to listen to. So, thanks for that. Uh, what the heck, cat? What's this? Crap in a hat. I gotta grab a pack of smokes. Oh, so, all right. I didn't catch all of that because text is kind of small in the chat box. So, okay, you go for it, buddy. Oh man. And Clara says Simpson made a joke about that. They went to another country, and Homer really wanted to go to an American restaurant. Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna visit another country, you should at least try it a local food. You know, what's the point of traveling to a place like Vietnam if all you're looking for is American restaurants or whatever country it is you come from? You know, so yeah. So, anyways, what else? What else would I was going to say something else, and it just gone. You know, I just got so much friggin' work on my head. I can't think of anything else. But only like as of Monday, 8 weeks left. Woohoo! Looking forward to that. Oh, so need this summer break. Wow. Not that I get a break. I still am in the office every damn day, prepping for next year, but that's okay. At least I don't have to see the classrooms for a little while. So that'll be a nice welcome break. Whew. Hmm. So yeah, I thought maybe for Facebook Fridays, I'm going to start off with just basic pronunciation of certain things like the Vietnamese vowels and maybe personal pronouns like we use sir, ma'am, or titles, Mr., Mrs. Um, they've got quite a plethora of them here, a lot more than we have in our languages. So it might be fun to go through those, have some fun with it. I don't know if I can get Pearl on camera with me to help demonstrate, but I'll talk to her, see if I can convince her. That would be really cool. Man, she's gorgeous. I love that girl. Wow, I love that girl. I've got her everywhere. I've got her on my desktop. I've got her on my phone, the home screen, the lock screen. Oh, absolutely. Always got her in front of me. Absolutely. How you doing there, sis? Oh, she's probably still
I don't know.
working.
I can't figure it out. It's this. It won't. The screen won't go up and down on the. I think because I'm on the tablet, I don't have full
Oh,
access to scrolling up and down. It's not letting me see the bottom where it says
oh,
complete or whatever, done or whatever. So never mind.
okay.
People will just have to imagine how gorgeous I am.
There you go. There
Just
you
kidding.
go.
Just kidding.
There
I
you
wish.
go.
I wish. Yeah. So Vietnamese, hey? You want us to
Hmm.
learn Vietnamese?
Well, I've been trying. It's so hard, but I have picked up
Yeah.
some phrases here and there. And I want
Yeah.
to do a segment on my channel called Facebook Fridays, where every
Oh.
Friday I'll put up a short video of different phrases and things like
Mhm.
that that would be useful for people visiting Vietnam for the first time.
Yeah,
So
that's a good idea for
yeah,
sure.
I thought so. And yeah, it might be fun. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it. Like I said, or like I just said, I like to start off by doing simple things like Vietnamese vowels and
Hmm.
Vietnamese titles and personal pronouns, things like that. How to address people. Uh,
Yeah, just
so that
keywords
yeah, just kind of
toilet,
just
phone,
things. Yeah,
you know.
kind of simple things to get people started, and then
Mhm.
then,
Um,
then every week do something different. How to ask for prices or how to read things on a menu and things like that.
mhm.
Pronunciation with the different accents of keywords or useful words. Uh, important signs you should understand as you're going out and about in the city. You know,
Yeah. What is
understand.
that? What did you say? Out and
Yeah,
about?
what
You're
does it say?
sounding
What does
very
it say?
Canadian there, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You know,
Eh?
it's, yeah, eh? It's important you should understand some of the signs that are out there, because
Sure.
if you don't, you find yourself in a bit of a pickle with the local police kind of thing. You don't want
Of
that happening,
course. Of
you know.
course. No,
So,
no, no.
but
No, you don't
yeah,
want that for sure.
there's a there's a lot of tour companies and stuff here that'll scam you. So I'd like
Of
to do a
course.
segment on things to watch out for when you're booking tours and things like that.
Hmm.
Uh, interesting places to maybe go and visit for older people.
Yeah.
People who aren't as young and spry as a lot of the tourists are, and not
Hmm.
up for climbing a mountain or anything like that. They'd rather just find a nice place, relax, and enjoy the scenery, kind of thing. You
Yeah.
know,
So you
you
said
know how
one
it is
thing that
for the
was, yeah, of course, sure I do.
locals.
You know, I lived in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
And you could, as a tourist, you can always rely on the tour companies to be honest and reliable and safe.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
the street guys that are doing private tours that you want to be careful about. So
Yeah,
is it the
and
same in Vietnam, or you also
it,
have to worry with the companies?
well, it's kind of the same, but with the companies, there are those that overpromise and underdeliver, kind of thing,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
some that are a bit more pricey than they should be. The tours
Yeah.
they give are good. They do what they promise to do, but you know, some of them charge
Overpriced.
a bit more than they should for it. You
Sure.
know,
Yeah, of course.
uh,
Mhm.
but that's like any country you visit for the first time. You're gonna have to watch out for things like that.
Yeah.
And I'd like my channel to be a place where people can find out a little bit about some of those places here. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
places that they can go to and rely on and get a good, decent tour. You
Yeah.
know, if
Yeah.
that's what they
Sure.
want to do. You know,
Well,
I, I've never been much. I've never been much for group tours. Uh,
me either, but I think, especially as a woman, I think I wouldn't, there's certain countries I wouldn't want to do it on my own, you know,
hmm,
where I would
hmm,
feel safer with a group of people, preferably people older than me, honestly.
yeah,
But that's because
yeah.
I'm older. But yeah,
But actually, that
yeah.
is not very much of a concern here in Vietnam.
No, eh?
Uh, it's amazing how relatively safe you are no matter where you go. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are some
Yeah.
places around the city where you probably want to be careful, pickpockets and thieves and things like that. But that's everywhere you go. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, a lot of the young women that come to Vietnam for travel and for work,
Mm-hmm.
um, they're out and about alone all the time. They seem to never have
Yeah.
much of an issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sure.
that's kind of a good thing.
Well,
Pearl
that's
just brought
good
me
to hear.
some pineapple carrot juice.
Oh, nice. Were you vaping there?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying
My
to
daughter.
trying to cut back on cigarettes.
So is that like, okay, you need to talk about this because my daughter, who is going to be 17 soon, has been
Mm-hmm.
asking me to buy her a no nicotine vape. And I
Mm-hmm.
am against it because she's 17. When she's
Yeah.
18, she can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah.
But in my house, no.
Nah.
So that part of that, Jeff, is because I'm not really aware. I don't really
Mm-hmm.
know yet, what's involved and all of that. So are you using a nicotine or a no nicotine one?
Well, this one has 3% nicotine, but I
Mm-hmm.
can get them lower. So I'm starting with this for a while, and then I'll go down to 2%, then 1%, then zero. And by then, hopefully, I'll have weaned off the nicotine, and it should be easier to quit the regular cigarettes by then. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
because the
How
thing
did you?
is, in the weekends and in the evenings when I'm at home, that's when I smoke a lot. During the
Yeah,
day,
of
I'm so
course.
damn busy with work. I don't have a whole lot of time for many smoke breaks.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll have a quick
understand.
cigarette whenever I can, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going at work
Yeah.
and I'm doing prep and all kinds of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm often just too busy to really smoke a lot at work. So when I
Yeah.
come home in the evening and on the
Yeah.
weekends, I tend to smoke a lot more. And I know it bothers Pearl. So I decided, I got to do something. And
Yeah.
so I decided, well, I'm going to try and vape at home.
Uh-huh.
And once in a while, I'll have a normal cigarette, because it does take a little bit getting used to. Uh,
Yeah. Sure.
but for the general overall, I try to vape as much as I can at home so it doesn't bother Pearl. And it helps
Yeah, of
me
course.
hopefully one day get off the cigarettes, you know,
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
I'm getting older now and I really got to start thinking about watching
Well,
out
you
those.
know what happened to Dad, right? So it's
Yeah,
it's you know,
I don't want to go down that
it's
road. I want to
no, no,
try.
you don't want to do that. I mean, that
Yeah.
oxygen machine was no picnic, I'll tell you. And he couldn't leave the house without some form of oxygen. You know,
Ah,
but so do
Sable
other
Legal.
people? Yeah.
Sorry, Sable Legal has a link for you and your daughter about vaping. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, a health expert raises alarm at epidemic of vaping among teenagers.
Yes. Yes.
So the link is up on the screen.
I
I'll
s-
copy it and send it to you in
Please
send
do.
it to
Thank you, Sable Eagle. I appreciate that. Because the thing is, truthfully, there's not enough research on it yet. There really isn't.
you. Yeah,
Um, And marketers will tell you anything. They just want to sell their product. Everyone thinks it's so cool to vape, and the shops here, they're all over the place now.
Yeah,
Um,
here
you
too.
know, it's just crazy.
And
But
it can be a little bit expensive for some of the vape machines. Like I'm started using these. They're
yeah.
disposable. They're good for
Oh, yeah.
5,000 puffs. I can recharge it if I need to. But
Oh, okay.
once it's done, I just junk it in the garbage can and break
Yeah,
out a new one, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it is a little bit more pricey than cigarettes comparing to the price of cigarettes here, which are dirt cheap. You
Well,
know,
that's the thing.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is,
But see, back home in Canada, a pack of smokes would cost you $15. Here, a pack of
yeah,
smokes would cost me less than a buck and a half.
yeah, yeah,
You
sure,
know,
sure.
it's amazing. So
Well, I'm lucky that's a habit I never picked up. Which
mm,
is odd since I'm the only one of everyone in my family that doesn't smoke.
true,
I think it's
true,
because my
and
friends
good
in
on
high school never smoked, so I never picked it
you. Yeah,
up, you know. You remember the old days, Jeff, at LaSalle Catholic High School? They had a
yes,
smoking room. Can you
yeah,
really believe it? And there was this massive cloud of smoke.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know how the heck you guys could breathe in there.
yeah,
Something, the old days. My
yeah.
goodness.
Those were the old days, good old
Yeah.
'70s.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, looks like that'd be an interesting link for you to check out. I sent it to you on WhatsApp, so
yeah, I see that. Thank
something
you very much.
you
I'll have a
can
look
check
at it
out.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll send it to her. Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
otherwise, things are pretty quiet.
Yeah, yeah, not a whole hell of a lot. Haven't been doing, haven't had a chance to do much of anything on my history channel. I
Mm-hmm.
really need to get that going again. But with being a teacher, a full time teacher, does not afford a lot of time to do much of any of this stuff.
No, no, it
So
doesn't.
that's why mostly for the past 6 months, it's been mostly just live streams for me.
Yeah,
Just no time to sit down behind a computer and edit out a video, which can be a
yeah,
long process.
sure.
Uh, but I do want to get that Vietnam or Vietnam Unlisted channel going because
Yeah.
right now Vietnam is probably among the top five uh, destinations among travel channels.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's doing
It's very, very
everybody's doing
famous.
travel videos on Vietnam and the surrounding areas, Thailand, Cambodia. It
Yes.
really is the place in the world that people are wanting to travel to. So I want to cash
Yeah,
in on that a bit,
sure.
greedy
Yeah.
little bugger that I am. But hopefully I can get myself a good bunch of a good bunch of subscribers where maybe I might be able to even get a sponsor
Mm-hmm.
and do this full time and retire from teaching. That's the goal,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
also, I love I love editing video and making content, and it really pisses me off that my job just won't afford me the time to do it. So
Yeah.
that's really the driving force behind wanting to make this full time, so I can do it all
Yeah.
the time
Yeah.
and support myself as well. Oh, there's my babe. There she is. she's in, she's in her pajamas. Oh, sorry, oh, well, you know.
It's the best place to
She's saying,
be.
"Oh
The
no,
best.
oh no!" Well, I'm live. Come on. Yes, that's Hilda. So
You can sing it,
say hello,
Pearl.
Hilda.
Hi,
There's
Pearl.
my
You can
pearl.
sing me. I'm not
There's my
lying.
baby.
You just want to hear my voice.
You say hello to
I
everybody
get
else.
there.
Say little Peter, Jen.
Pajama
Oh, that
day.
was funny. As soon as she realized there's a whole bunch of people watching live. Oh no, oh no.
She told me to put my makeup on.
Huh?
She's like, why did you tell me to get all dressed up and put on my makeup?
Well, because she's very, very camera shy.
Of course,
I'd love
sure.
it if she'd get dressed up and put on her makeup and come sit with me during a show. I'd love it, but she's very shy about that. She's
Okay.
very self-conscious about her English. So
Yeah, that's understandable.
yeah, yeah. I'd
Yeah.
love it if she would. It would be great to do a live stream with my baby every week. That would be awesome.
You could say the English and she could voice over the Vietnamese for you.
Well, that's what I'm actually kind of hoping I can do. On Facebook Fridays, take a specific topic, and have her voice over the pronunciation. It
Mm-hmm.
would be great if I can get her on camera to do it, but if I can
Oh,
just get her
no,
to voice it over, then I can use
yeah.
graphics and stuff to back it up.
Oh, yeah. There's some really great video programs out there for free.
Hmm.
You can do lots of fun stuff nowadays, you know?
Oh yeah, I'll design it myself, give it my own flair. you
Mm-hmm.
know. Uh,
Yeah. So I was at work this week grading exams. Now, in grade 12, um,
yeah.
teachers do not see their own students' exams. They're all online,
Hmm.
and it used to be paper-based, and then we'd go to the marking center. So we don't
Yeah.
see our own students' exams. They're
Same here.
moderated, they're corrected once, then they're second marked, and then they're moderated if there's a discrepancy. So
Hmm.
I was grading, I probably did about 200, and I would say that a third of them were from Chat GPT.
Oh
So
geez.
what's your take on that? Because you
Uh,
can't find the source. So the rule for us is if you can find the source online, then they automatically get a 0. But you can't
yeah.
find the source, so you have to mark it as though it were written by the student. So there are
Yeah.
kids that are getting full marks when there are students who are doing their own work and taking a lesser grade.
Yeah.
So
And I think,
that's what's
yeah,
everybody's take on that? I'd like to hear it.
I, I'm totally uh, behind strictly punishing students who cheat that way. I mean, no, I don't care how you justify it. Using something like Chat GPT or any other form of cheating, it's cheating. It's wrong, and it should be punished. And if you know that the kid used Chat GPT to do his test, then you should throw the book at him.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely. Any teacher in the ministry would
Mhm.
say, without question, this is not written by the student.
Yeah,
And we cannot fail them because we can't find the proof.
yeah,
The ministry hasn't gotten to that point yet.
no,
And besides, they want the world to think that they have very high levels of literacy and blah, 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 blah. It's
yeah.
so fake
Meanwhile, they
here.
can't.
So fake.
Yeah, meanwhile they can't spell their own name to save their life.
They can't even write in Arabic, for God's sake. Even
Well, there you
Arabic
go.
teachers are complaining.
There you go. So if there's a question as to the validity of the material that they've handed in, then they should be brought in to do a backup, a written paper test, and cross-check them
Yeah.
and see is what this student has done under supervision equal to what was handed in originally. And
Hmm.
you'll know right away there's no way this kid could have wrote that paper.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm absolutely totally in the mindset of final exams should be paper written on under supervision.
Yeah. Well, it's even
It's old
happening at the
school.
college level. Kids are,
Yeah.
faking their college entry letters and whatnot. It's just, it's rampant everywhere.
Well, that's why there should be random testing or check testing to
Hmm.
make sure that they're competent to enter the university for the
Hmm.
program they're entering.
Hmm.
That there should be some kind of visually or physically verifiable way to determine whether that kid is or that person belongs in that program or is capable of handling what's coming.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Canadian universities, the University of Calgary, for example.
Hmm.
Foreign students coming from other countries, they want to get into University of Calgary. According to what I heard recently, they have to do a written English test um, of at least 2,000 words to prove that their English is of a high enough level to be
Oh,
able
of
to cope
course.
to
They
be able
need
to
to,
cope with the program material.
yeah, they need to provide an IELTS or a TOEFL. If they're local, they can do, I don't know if Calgary does an in-house exam anymore. When I went, we had to do the TOEFL, even though
Hmm.
I was fully educated. But in those days, because there weren't enough spots at the university, I remember we were having monitors in the hallway, and students would be sitting on the ground in the hallways because the theaters couldn't accommodate everybody.
Hmm.
So that's why we wrote the TOEFL, because they want to weed out the bad writers, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, exactly.
not sure what's going on these days, but that's how,
Yeah.
honestly, that's how universities are making half their money, is they're grabbing students from abroad, letting them sit through 1 or 2 years full tuition studying English, and then letting them into the university to do their program.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
where the money is.
Well, yeah, and that's understandable. I mean, universities need to generate an income as just like any other business.
Sure.
Otherwise, it can't function. But
Hmm.
it's now with technology the way it's going, especially with Chat GPT, it is really, really severely hampering the quality of education
Yeah.
because kids are growing up now. I even see it myself at the primary level with the open and free access to Google and the internet, YouTube, and blah blah. The
Hmm.
kids have lost the drive and the initiative to actually do the work and learn. They've stopped thinking for themselves,
Of course. Of course.
and I dread what these kids are going to end up being when they grow up. And most of them, and you're a perfect example of this in Dubai. These kids are going to go through school knowing in their head, I don't have to lift a damn fucking finger because mommy and daddy are going to give me their business when they die.
And you know what just
And what
happened?
mommy
Get
and daddy,
this.
what mommy and daddy spent 50 years building, they're gonna friggin' burn into the ground in a year
But
because they're too stupid to run it.
let me tell you something.
Hmm.
The sheikh we have in UAE, there are emirates there versus provinces, states. One of the
Hmm.
largest emirates is Sharjah,
Hmm.
and this guy is very Islamic. It's the only dry emirate. He this week paid off every local's debts, all their credit card debt, their debts for tickets,
Hmm.
loans, everything. He paid it all off for the
Jeez.
Emiratis. And that's what they do. So no matter what you do in life, you know that somebody is going to cover your butt,
Yeah.
whether it's in school. You know what they did now? There's a new law that said that every company must have X number of locals employed, and they
Yeah.
must take this salary, which is far and above what I make every month.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is these foreign companies are hiring Emiratis, paying them salaries, and the Emiratis don't even go to work.
Hmm.
So they're just staying home, collecting their salary, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Because if you
Yeah.
fire them, you get fined because you're not filling the quota.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's just
Exactly.
offensive. It's absolutely offensive.
Hmm. You're right.
But
Yeah.
what to do? It pays my salary. I get my check every month. My job is
Exactly.
easy. I have lots of vacation. I'm not going to sweat it.
Yeah.
I'm not going
I
to
mean,
sweat it.
I do the best I can to teach it as well as possible, and I can only hope that the kids do learn and have a bit of a better chance in their future. But that's all I can hope for. But I'm
Yeah.
certainly not going to ever change anything. Just do
Yeah.
the best job that I know how and collect
Yeah.
my paycheck that I sincerely believe I've earned. You
Oh,
know,
absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
So
But what to do? It
yeah,
is what it
exactly.
is.
But yeah, I think at least at the high school level and the primary level, all final exams should be written under supervision.
Yeah.
Absolutely, no technology of any kind. It's got if it's not here, then sorry, but you just don't have what it takes to move on.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, that might be very, very archaic and old school, but I'll tell you what, old school is still the best school, even today.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
But I'm just very, very recently, sad to say, have realized that I can't keep working as hard as I do because it's ineffectual. And the only thing that's doing is stressing me out. So I've made
yeah.
a very firm decision on how I approach my work. I still work hard. I do my job. I do the best I can, but I give not one little iota extra.
Hmm.
Not anymore. Not here anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah. So
You know,
it's sad
I've
though.
kind
It's
of,
not.
yeah, I'm kind of the same. Uh, I go to work, I do the best job I know how, um, and try to maintain my work ethic and maintain my professionalism. But
Yeah.
beyond that, I try to leave as much of it in the office as I can.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes I do have to bring it home just to be
Sure.
able to keep up with the workload. But
Yeah.
that's the life of a teacher. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Of course. Sure.
accept that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So, let's see,
So I can't
Jens.
see the chat from here. So what's
No,
going on?
no, I've got it here though. Jens says, "What a sweet person." Who are you talking about, Jens? My sister or Pearl? Because they're both sweet. But thank you. Chris Durham. Goedemorgen. Was is gewoon.
Goedemorgen, broer. Hoe gaat het ermee? Hoe is het?
There you go. Did you catch that, Chris? Welcome, by the way. Good to see you, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. So, oh, Jens was talking about Pearl. Yes, absolutely, Jens. She is very sweet. Yeah. Very, very sweet. And it's P-A-R-L. Watch your spelling, children.
Oh, you know what? My students were sending me message on Telegram, and
What?
some of my students were messaging me on Telegram, and
Hmm.
they started coming up, "Hey, idiot! Hey, idiot!" Apparently, teacher translates into idiot on Google Translate.
Oh,
Calling
no.
me idiot.
Oh, no. Really?
Well, seriously, because they don't put their names. I'm supposed to know who they are. Hi,
Yeah.
teacher. What's on the exam tomorrow? Well, haven't I been telling you for 3 weeks what's on the exam? Why are you messaging me 3 hours beforehand, asking
Yeah,
me?
exactly.
And so it
If you
said,
still,
yes, idiot. That's the big joke around the office now.
there you go. Idiots. Absolutely.
Oh, I'll have to
Idiots.
send you a screenshot one day to let you see that.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, gosh.
So yeah. So that yeah, I agree with you. That's a huge problem. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
And I see it every day. Kids just becoming so lazy. Don't not even wanting to try to think for themselves.
No,
You know?
no, they don't.
And that's the primary school level.
But I think it's going on in workplace too. I mean, obviously it's there, we're using it, simplify our lives, to
Yeah.
some extent. I think
Yeah.
it's not so bad. But
I mean,
we like to think that adults know how to use it responsibly.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't have anything against technology. It's great to see that technology has moved so far that it's able to do that. But
Yeah,
we're getting into territory now where the technology is going to do more of the thinking than the human race,
yeah,
and then big trouble.
yeah.
when the technology can outthink us, hey,
This is where,
we're in a world of hurt.
yeah, this is where there have to be the big ethical questions, and
Yeah,
there
exactly.
have to be looking into laws that protect us, and there's a whole new field of law, I would imagine, that can come out of
Gonna
this
have to be.
because
Yeah,
have to be. They have to
there's
get
gonna
going on that pretty damn quick because you know
it's scary.
it is.
Some of the things I've been seeing coming out of Chat GPT, it is freaking scary.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's putting entire it's putting entire fields of endeavor out of work.
yeah.
That right now there's the number of website and online technology developers that are losing their jobs because an
Hmm.
entire website can be coded and running by chat gpt inside of a day.
Hmm.
I mean, web developers and software developers are losing their jobs left, right, and center because
Hmm.
just push a couple of buttons on chat gpt and boom, there's your script done.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
scary.
Peter Noddle. Responsible adults? Need we remind you of flirfs, Karens, soft sits, and conspiratards?
Uh-huh.
You don't.
Yes.
Oh God, that's the new
Yeah.
stupid. Soft sits.
Oh well, there's never a shortage of those people. That's for damn
Oh
sure.
yeah,
I work with
exactly.
a lot of them.
Exactly. Only two things in the universe that are constant: the size of the universe and human stupidity. And Einstein wasn't sure about the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I saw a really good quote. Can't remember who made the quote, but I'm going to use it on the thumbnail of the video coming up. Uh, Stupid has a price, and it always gets paid.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. That is so true.
it
I
is.
seeing that price get paid.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah. So anyways, so what else is going on there, kiddo? What's new and exciting?
Oh, not a whole heck of a lot, really. It's been
Yeah.
quiet around here. Yeah, weather's
Yeah.
actually very mild this year. It's
Oh,
usually hot
cool.
by now, but it's not.
Hmm.
And as I said, Ramadan is coming, so we're not allowed to drink or eat at work.
Yeah.
Um, so they take every water bottle and every cookie or
Coffee
crumb or
machine.
seed, it all gets taken away.
Oh
But
man.
I've got two ladies in my office, an American and an Indian lady, and none of us obviously are Muslims. So
Mm.
we just hide upstairs and close the door and proceed as usual. Honestly, because most of the
Absolutely.
girls aren't fasting anyway. Most of the girls aren't
Mm.
fasting,
Yeah.
so
But
it's
then
good.
again, they kind of gotta expect that people who are not Muslim or not Arab, they should be given a little bit of leeway, as long as they're
No,
not
me
doing it
too.
in their, as long as you're not doing it in their face and offending them. I don't see
Yeah,
what the problem.
like if you get caught eating in public, then they might give you a ticket. When I lived in Oman, nothing, you could not get a drop of water anywhere, even in the shopping malls, the
Uh
food
huh.
courts, the coffee shops, and you have to buy a special black tarp that goes in front of your business. Okay. And you can't just hang a curtain. No, because somebody in the ministry has a brother who owns a business making these black tarps. So we have to
Yeah.
buy those tarps, you see? And I think they're on the order of 5,000 dirhams for a window cover of a restaurant, a small restaurant.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, but here recently in the last 2 years, you can go ahead and use the food court, and they don't cover it anymore. So the
Hmm.
the rules have been really relaxed here. But again, it depends what part of the country you live in. Dubai
Yeah.
is very modern, so and Abu Dhabi, it's very, very modern. So it's all free and open. You do what you want. Like you
Yeah.
can, every mall has alcohol. You can buy, there's liquor stores here like
Hmm.
that, like rival Canadian liquor stores, to be honest.
Hmm.
So you can get everything. But it's like anywhere. You have to respect the culture you live in, and so we do that,
Yeah.
you know. But
Absolutely.
our office is kind of hidden up in the back on the second floor, and not many students come by there. And they'll only be there for a week this year. Their term break falls over 3 weeks out of the month.
Mm-hmm. Like,
So
do they have like a set summer vacation, kind of like we had back home in Canada?
yeah, it's the same as ours. We
Okay.
go till like end of June, and then
Okay.
they're back like the last week of August. And
Yeah.
then they have 3 weeks at Christmas, and they'll have 3 weeks now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Our school year ends end of May, and
hmm.
they're back. They're back at mid end August, about the same as you guys. Uh,
Okay, that's the hot
that's
wet
students
season,
back to
right?
the school. But
Yeah,
teachers, of course, we work in the office throughout the summer, uh,
yeah,
and we're usually due back by the beginning of August.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky here. I
Yeah.
paid my
Yeah.
dues. I spent my whole career trying to get here, knowing that this was the best paid region to be working. So I
Exactly.
paid my dues to get here, you
You
know.
betcha. You've earned it.
So I'm not
You have.
gonna apologize about that.
Hell no, nor should you. Anybody who expects you to is a dick.
Yeah, weather's
Sorry.
always good. I live near the water. My job is pretty stress-free.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I
Yeah.
work from 7:30 to 3 o'clock, and then I have a half day on Friday. So I can't complain, really.
Yeah.
And the girls are good. They come from a place where nobody expects anything from them. Most of
Hmm.
these girls just want to get through high school and marry their cousins. That's what they
There,
want,
yeah. There you
you
go.
know? Most
Yeah.
of them.
Squeeze
Some
out
of them
their
will go,
kids.
yeah, some of them will go to university, some will go to nursing school. Many of them will never work a day in their lives because they'll marry and have a lot of kids. And
Mm-hmm.
they're happy with that. So, they don't work hard. And as a result, I don't have to work hard. And we're all
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Exactly.
And same for the boys. The ones who are not achieving much, they'll go to the military or the police, and they're guaranteed a job. And they
Mm-hmm.
get the cushy inside jobs, and the
Mm-hmm.
the street police are usually other Arabs, Egyptians or
Hmm.
Syrians or Somalians or whatever.
Yeah.
They do the outside work. So
Yeah.
they're.
And when that kind of goes on in every country you go to.
Yeah, yeah,
You got your in crowd, your in group that have all the advantages, and you got the regular Joes like you and me who actually go out and do the work.
yeah, that's it. But they're
Yeah.
nice people, I have to say.
Hmm.
Like they're spoiled rotten, and they have a sense of privilege, but they're very polite and they're very kind. Like they'll never like yell and scream at you, and they're good. They're nice
Yeah.
people, really,
Yeah. I noticed that when I was in Dubai.
Yeah.
I
They're
noticed that
nice
all
people.
the people were very polite, very friendly, kind of
Yeah,
keep to themselves and their families. But you
yeah,
know, of all the places that you took me around to, everyone that I met or spoke to was extremely nice.
yeah.
I remember that one lady. You went into a shop looking for a scarf or something, and there was that
Mm,
pregnant lady there. She was really, really friendly.
yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
I
It was
remember.
in the mall where they had the light show.
Oh, Festival City. Yeah, we were just
Mm.
there last night.
Oh,
I took
cool,
a Manny. I took a Manny there.
cool, cool.
And
Yeah.
IHOP and Applebee's. We went to Applebee's for dinner. I took
Hmm.
Amani out. Yeah. So,
Anyway, did you find out anything about the drop?
oh, I know where to get it, but
Oh
the
yeah.
problem is sending it. Sending it is very, very hard, and it costs a lot of money. So
Okay.
I've talked to Jamie actually and asked her if she knows anybody who's going to Vietnam. If they could please
Cool.
bring a small package to my brother. So she's
Cool.
asking around and we'll see what happens.
Cool. Awesome. That's wicked. That's wild. Awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't had I haven't had any of that for so long.
We have
Oh,
the drop, we
what
have payday snoopjes and speculas, and
mm.
we have do you remember those butter wafer cookie
Yeah.
candies?
Yeah.
Those we have zoetrop, yeah, a lot of Dutch stuff here.
Awesome.
Well, not a lot, but yeah, we do have
Still. Yeah.
lots
Awesome.
of Dutch cheese and yeah.
Cool. Cool. I mean, we can
Mhm.
get imported stuff here, but getting that stuff, the Dutch stuff, is really hard. I mean, we can
Mhm.
get the things like the jams and the occasional products like the cheeses and things like that, but
Yeah.
most of it, you can't find it here. There's nobody importing it. I guess because there's
Mhm.
just not enough Dutch community here to support it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to get myself on a good stash of that stuff. Keep me going for a
Hmm.
while. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. So
So what else to talk about? Feel like I'm
I don't
boring
know.
you
I
with
mean,
stories about the Emirates.
I, yeah, I was just kind of going on and on about my new channel. I'm kind of bouncing some ideas off the side chat, and they gave me a couple of good ones. We're
Hmm.
gonna we're we're gonna do. I'm gonna try and release a video every Monday, just a short one. I'm gonna call it Vietnam um,
Hmm.
Monday Munchies, just on local food, like the street vendors and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Good, nice, good little eats, good little treats.
Hmm.
Uh, and then we're gonna do Phrasebook Fridays.
Hmm.
But, I don't know if I'll be able to manage a third one every week, but I might just come up with something for Wednesdays. Um,
Temple Tuesday.
huh?
Temple Tuesday.
Hmm. No, I don't want to do that. Every Tuesday,
No,
it'll just be a video of a bunch of monks going, ding, 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 hi,
exactly.
ding, 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 nah, no thanks. Uh,
There is such a thing as being
well,
templed out.
well, there's a lot of really beautiful Buddhist temples here in the city. I might do
Hmm.
a segment where I go around town, just snap some video of the temples themselves
Well,
and talk a
you
little
have
bit
to do
about
at
the
least
temple.
one, because
Oh
that's
yeah,
what people are going for. People don't live in
yeah,
Vietnam, so they're going to
and
see that stuff, right?
I probably will, but I got to find the right one, you
Hmm.
know, to so if people really be interested in coming to see it. Um,
Hmm.
so I do intend on doing some, but not like every week do a
No,
temple
no.
video. That would be too much, I think. But
Maybe one show or two.
yeah, exactly.
They've got some really nice, the ones in the mountains with the green trees around them, where
Yeah.
they're kind of hidden.
Hmm. Oh, cool. Look at that. But you can't eat the fruit, baby. Have you ever seen a cashew before it's processed?
No, haven't. I've seen an almond, but oh, really?
Yeah, that's the cashew here at the top. Yeah, and this is what it looks like when you slice them.
Oh, so
Yeah,
is that a fruit then? It's a fruit.
yeah. Well, I don't know if you can eat that.
Yeah.
you can eat it.
Yeah.
So I've never eaten one before, but that's how cashews are grown.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's neat.
yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that
So
interesting? Yeah,
yeah.
that's what your cashews look like before they get into the jar there, folks.
That's small. This is
Wow.
Yeah, there's a big one. See, there's a big one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that is that sweet? What does the fruit taste like? What is it similar to?
I'm not sure actually. I'm gonna try one right now.
okay.
We use this
Not
pink salt. This pink salt.
Himalayan salt. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. It doesn't really have a lot of flavor.
No.
You need the salt,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's bitter or anything. It is edible, but
Okay. Is it like
you need something like salt or maybe uh, the chili salt they use here, which is salt and
oh
chili powder mixed together,
yeah.
just kind of give it a little bit of an extra taste. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not like eating a peach or anything. So you're not going to get that
No.
sweet kick, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kind of
mm,
like an unripe pear, maybe.
yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. But
Yeah.
yeah. So for those of you who've never seen it before, that's what your cashew looks like before you get it in the jar in the store. Okay.
Wow.
Here you go.
cashew.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Mm,
What's that
awesome.
fruit there? That really stinky one?
Oh, that's called durian. It's called durian.
Ah.
Cashew.
It, yeah, these are cashews. Yeah,
Okay,
see,
look.
she Pearl has this little distributorship going.
Uh-huh.
She's got a local supplier, and oh my god, it's almost impossible. Here, let me show you.
This is brown land. And this is cashew, red cashew with honey.
Yeah, see, she sells cashews.
Ah,
Yeah, she's got a
cool.
local supplier, and then she has other ones that I swear to God I call them evil cashews
Uh-huh.
because they're lightly toasted in honey, and I
Uh-huh.
can't stop. I can't stop. Yeah, it was up there this morning. And look where it is now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they're so good.
I
Those
can't. Yeah, so
caramel
she sells
cashews.
these, and
Mm.
it's also she sells this granola, which is cashews, raisins, and sunflower seeds, oats,
Nice.
almonds. Yeah, so she sells these, and they're actually
Mm.
really reasonable price.
Mm.
So she's got a little bit of a business going with that. Um, so yeah, unfortunately, we cannot ship them overseas because exporting foodstuffs is an extremely difficult product. Or
Oh yeah,
product,
it's a very, very complicated process for
very
sure.
very complicated. So it's not an easy thing to do here in Vietnam.
Hmm.
Probably the same for you. Uh, so,
Yeah, I
but
would
locally,
imagine.
yeah, she sells a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Hilda,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
if you can visit Vietnam, I can take you go to the cashew garden.
Oh, I will go with
Yeah,
you for sure. Yes.
absolutely. And then you can bring some
Love it.
home. There you go.
Thank you for the
Awesome.
invitation. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't made it out there. To
Hmm.
be honest, people out there, I'm going to give a secret to my life. I'm in
Go for it.
menopause.
Oh,
And the
yay.
hot flashes freaking kill
There
me.
you go.
So I think
You are.
Vietnam right now is the last place I want to go.
No kidding. Where you
Oh
are now
my
ain't that
gosh.
much better, I don't think.
I wouldn't
So,
be dry for the whole time. I'd be just sopping wet the whole time.
oh man, that's a
Be
horrible
so
time.
uncomfortable.
And this one, darling.
Chris, yes, you're right. Until they are like these cashews here, I would not eat. They would be extremely hard on your system. So until they're picked and processed, it's not really advised to eat them like this. Um, but the fruit is okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. She also does these red rice cakes.
It's the unhealthy.
Yeah,
healthy
it's
food.
all no preservatives, all natural. But these
Wow.
cakes are made with this red rice,
Yeah.
and then what's called pork floss, uh, and yeah, they're really tasty,
Mhm.
you know, and it's
And
all
it's
natural
sweet. It's sweet.
preservatives. Those rice cakes, well, yeah, they are. They're kind of coated in a bit of honey. They've got some
Okay. Yeah.
pork floss
But not too sweet.
mixed with the rice. Not too no, she's right. Not too sweet.
That's
Pretty
good. I don't
healthy.
like too much sweet.
Yeah, but it's something a little bit more than just a rice cake. You know,
Yeah.
like rice
Yeah.
cakes are just white puff rice, really.
Mhm.
But this is
Mhm.
a special kind of rice they grow here in Vietnam. It's red, um,
Oh.
like a deep, almost a dark brown, like
Yeah.
deep red. You know,
Oh.
and it's a little bit. It's kind of like I would equate it to what we had back home in Canada, the wild rice. Kind of
All
the
right.
same,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
So, but very healthy.
Mhm.
And like I said, a little bit of pork floss in there, and a bit of honey to bind it together. You know,
Yeah.
tasty. So she does all right selling that stuff locally. You know, got about 13 customers in my office.
Oh, well, that works.
There you
There you
go.
go. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
it starts with a little bit, you know, starts with a little
Mhm.
bit for
As
sure.
Sable says, can't even bring single jars of jam home with you. Very restrictive. Not allowed to do that. Mustn't go wrapping one in 5 shirts and putting it in the middle of your whole baggage. No, no, no. Trust me, Sable, you don't know how true that is.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah. So that's interesting. Huh.
Mhm.
Never thought I'd be able to do that. See? I gave you guys a sneak peek of Vietnam Unlisted.
Yeah, there you go.
Cashews in the wild.
Yeah.
The fruit's actually kind of soft and squishy,
Hmm.
very thin skin, very
Yeah.
juicy, but not a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Like you said, like an underdeveloped pear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff. Yum yum.
Mhm.
Oh man. So I've run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
That was a nice little surprise. Yeah, the
Yeah.
little street vendor that we always pass every day on the way home to work. He does these pineapple and carrot juice drinks and other kinds of fruit. But the one
Yeah.
you were asking about, that's called durian.
Uh-huh.
Durian it's big. It's like thing as big as my head. You know, it's
Yeah.
got these spikes all over it. Uh, call it shit fruit. The reason is because the fruit, it's got this foul smell. The actual fruit inside is quite sweet, but that foul smell gets up in your nostrils. You know, and you can smell it. You can smell durian. Oh man, you can smell it coming before you even get there. You know, um, a lot of matter of fact, there's a lot of the airlines will not allow it onto aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won't allow it simply
Good.
because it's offensive smell.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Nature is pretty interesting, isn't it?
hmm but it's funny. I wish I could speak Vietnamese so I could understand what the guys are saying. But these vendors that sell fruit and vegetables and that, they got these little bullhorn things hanging from their carts.
Yeah.
It's, going over there, whatever it is that they're selling, like jackfruit. I don't know what
Yeah.
the guys say. every time we drive past this guy, I kind of mimic him, and he
Uh-huh.
looks at me going by, you know. Yabba dabba dabba no, yabba dabba dabba no. You know, it's just funny as hell. There's a couple of them,
Yeah.
but yeah, those are the kinds of things you can expect to come across here in Vietnam. First time you see it or hear it, oh man.
But you know what? Those
Day,
things are.
Nunda da, nunda de, nunda da, bắp sao day.
I just feel like the world is like Canada, US. It's just all so bloody generic. You know,
It's become
everywhere
so
you go,
homogenous.
it's the same damn shopping mall everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Everybody looks the same and dresses the same, and it's just
yeah,
like when I go to countries like Vietnam and over here, and it's something like cultural. They keep their
yeah,
heritage. They don't just throw it away, you know?
exactly.
I appreciate that, you know?
So many interesting things that you just never see unless you're willing to get off your ass and do some traveling.
Yeah,
You know,
good.
because everything at home is so homogenized, so pasteurized,
Yeah,
so blah. It's just
yeah,
not what it used to be. It's like they've reached first world levels of advancement and technology and that, but kind of stuck there.
yeah.
You know, the old ways are left behind, or
Yeah.
it's,
We're
that's
getting old,
what's
Jeff. We're getting old when
we
we
are.
start to
We are.
reminisce about our childhood.
Oh, I know. Eh? But at least back then, Canada was still a cool place. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
growing up there when we were kids. You remember we used to take those trips with Johnny and or Yolanda and Bernie. We used to go to a
yeah.
frontier town. Remember that
Frontier town, yeah. That was fun.
frontier town down in Plattsburgh, across the
Yeah,
border? You know, it was the only place where we could buy our fireworks, firecrackers, and stuff.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we did some cool stuff growing up.
yeah. But that's when things were still, I don't know. The '70s were just a different time. You
Well,
know.
people have become too overprotective and
Oh,
so
I know.
so litigious, and you know, you do anything you do, you're going to get sued for it. It's just
Yeah,
ridiculous,
yeah.
you know.
It's become a den of cancel culture. You
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah,
everything is so friggin' oh, the self-entitled wieners or
yeah,
whiners. You know, they figure
yeah,
the world owes them everything for nothing. You know, world don't owe you a damn thing. Come over here and you'll find that out right quick.
yeah, exactly.
World doesn't owe you a damn thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I tell you, I'm proud of my kids and that
Hmm.
I taught them that that's not how the world is, and
Good.
they seem so far to have gotten the hint.
That's
So,
right.
you know,
Exactly. But at least when we were growing up, we knew what it was to be a kid, and we were able
yeah,
to do the things that kids should be doing. You know,
yeah,
we finish our school and summer vacation hits, and what did mom do? Kick us out of the friggin' house until lunchtime.
yeah. Said I don't want to see you
Like,
back here until lunchtime. Get out.
that's right. Get out there, go play.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
then we come back, have lunch, and then say, okay, get the hell out, don't come back till dinner time. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
we just went out and did our kid things, you know,
yeah,
playing street hockey, going to the park, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
yeah. Kids nowadays, they're always online being told how inadequate they are.
Hmm. Or telling everybody else how inadequate they are.
Yeah.
You know, it's become nothing more than a self-entitled uh, fashion show and you know, assumed privilege.
It's all fake anyway, so whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the young generation. What can you do?
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's see. We got some more comments here. Peter, Jeff with nothing to say. Is the world ending? Okay, Peter. Okay, relax, relax. I'm sure I'll think of something. Just for you. Just for you. Peter is great. I had him on the show a while back, and it was such a great time. Man, Peter, you got to come back on the show. It's been too long, man. We had such a good time the last time you were on. Let me hit me up on Discord, buddy. Let's set something up, man. Jen says honey roasted cashews sound like a luxury version of the sugar roasted almonds at the Christmas markets. Well,
Yeah.
they kind of are, because I'm telling you, those things, buying them at home, like the planters cashews and stuff, they are not cheap. They are an expensive luxury item. And
Mhm.
here, uh, I can buy a whole canister like that for 120, 130,000 dum, which is $6.
Well,
You know, not even. I mean, a lot of the stuff that, uh, a lot of the stuff that you just can't get back home,
yeah.
uh, that you can get here. It's amazing, and the fact that it's so darn cheap in most cases to get, unless it's imported from other countries, the local stuff is not expensive.
Yeah.
I don't make a whole hell of a lot of money. My salary is nowhere near what yours is, but I can still manage to live a fairly comfortable life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know? The money I make here, back home, I'd need 3 jobs of equivalent income to keep my head above water.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's nice though. Like like when you go to different countries, they have these cultural things. Like here, it's dates, right? And they
Hmm.
stuff them and they dip them in chocolate or they put pecans inside or like interesting stuff. And pecans are also big here. And they coat them in this caramelly sugar and
Hmm.
chocolate. And so, it's nice to have those little treats that
It
you can't
is.
get elsewhere.
Hmm. I mean, my favorite fruit is mangosteen.
Oh yeah,
Love mangosteen. Try and buy a mangosteen in Canada without giving
yeah,
up your firstborn.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and that's one thing I noticed when I first came to Vietnam: the unbelievable plethora of tropical fruits that are available
yeah.
here on a daily
Oh,
basis. Cheap as chips. You can buy them by the kilo. It costs you hardly
yeah.
nothing.
I bought a dragon fruit. You know
Oh,
the
well, yeah.
the red one, and it was 9.95 dirhams per kilo,
Hmm.
which is around $3 Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love it. It's really good. It was on sale.
You can, that stuff can, you can't throw a pitch of rock down the street without it hitting a vendor that sells dragon fruit here. It's
Yeah,
everywhere. Cheap as chips and good. But you got to
yeah,
get it at the right time of the year, because it can be quite bland and flavorless. And on the other hand, it can be very, very sweet or overly
yeah,
sweet. So you got to find the right time of year to get it. And Pearl's got this gift. She just knows when to buy it, you know.
yeah.
Uh, But the one you get there in Dubai, that was with the white inside, right?
Yeah,
White,
and it says
yeah.
it's 63,874 Dawn per kilo.
Well, here you can
Is that
get where the flesh inside is also, they have red ones.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
ones the last one I got was white inside.
yeah.
But I've had the red
That's,
ones too.
yeah. The white ones are the standard, most common ones. The red ones are not as common, but they're not expensive, and you can find them pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And here we have some watermelons that are yellow on the inside.
Oh yes, uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
I've seen
funny.
that too.
When I was doing tutoring, I used to have
Mm-hmm.
some adult students come to our old apartment and learn English with me, and we were learning the names of fruits, the English names of different fruits, and watermelon
Mm-hmm.
came up, so we practiced how to spell it, how to say it, watermelon, watermelon. And I had one girl, she always used to get it tongue tied, and she'd always say water lemon, water lemon. So one day we found this watermelon that was yellow inside. And come on, chopped it in half, saying, "Would you like some water lemon?" It's been a running joke ever since.
That's funny. It's funny.
Yeah,
Amani, my daughter used to call 7-Up water Pepsi.
water Pepsi. Well, there you go.
I thought,
Kids
well, that's
call it
pretty
as they
smart.
see it, huh?
They
Yeah,
do. They do. Yeah.
yeah. And it's
Funny.
funny. Funny. We when I first came here, we used to go to work because Michelle and I, we were both teaching at the same school when I first came here. So
Okay.
we used to both leave home together. And we each had our own Seon motorbike driver who would drive us
Mhm.
to work. And his Seon, his motorbike driver, his name was Hip, Hip. So we used to
Okay.
call him Hip Hop. But
Okay.
my driver, his name was Bay,
Ah,
Bay, and
yeah.
in Vietnamese, Bay is the number 7. So it'd
Oh,
be hip hop and bay up, and we'd be going to work, hip hop and bay up on the road.
that's
Hip hop
funny.
and 7 Up. Telling you, it was fun time, fun time.
Yeah.
Um, Peter says try macadamia nuts. Well, I do. I like macadamia nuts,
Oh,
but they're
so
kind of
expensive.
they are, but they can be a little bit kind of waxy or pasty.
Yeah, buttery. They're kind of
They're delicious.
yeah.
Um, and Sable says I tried macadamia nuts once. I think there's almost as much flavor in a kilogram of macadamia nuts as there is in 1 grain of basmati rice. Well, yeah, I wouldn't exactly say macadamias have a strong flavor. It's very, very mild
But it's
flavor,
sort
but
of
it's
like the Brazil nut, isn't it?
yeah,
Same,
yeah,
sort of the same
kind of,
texture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of the same thing as pecans and walnuts. They're kind
Yeah.
of similar in texture, in appearance,
Hmm.
even in taste to a degree. But I find
Yeah.
that the pecans are a much more pleasant, nibbling
Yeah.
kind of nut, whereas the
Yeah.
walnut, uh, it kind of leaves your mouth a bit dry.
It has a bitterness. Yeah.
A
Dryness
slight
too.
there's a bitterness to it, exactly.
Yeah.
So the walnuts are great for cooking, though. You
Oh,
know,
and pine nuts are nice. Pine nuts are very Lebanese. They
Mm,
use them here. They use them here quite a bit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Here, here, a lot of the old women, the old grandmas, they like to eat or nibble beetle nuts, and
Oh,
you know that they're chewing on beetle nuts all days because they end up with black teeth.
Uh-huh.
So they smell like hello, am I? You got black teeth, and so okay, you got a bag of beetle nuts somewhere,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, all kinds of interesting stuff that you come across here you never see before. You know.
One thing I do want to get, if I have the chance to visit at some point, is varieties of green tea.
Hmm.
I like
Oh, yeah.
green tea a lot, and this, the packaged stuff obviously is
Yeah.
worth nothing. It's just ridiculous. Lipton
Yeah.
green tea, wow, how authentic is that?
Yeah. Really. Exactly.
Seriously,
No,
you
you
know?
you can find a lot of that stuff here. Pearl knows where to get that stuff. She'll make
Yeah,
sure you're home with a ton of it.
yeah, that kind of stuff I do like very much.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm.
Well,
Uh, what's this? Roasted pumpkin seeds. Actually, uh, there are some in the granola mix that Pearl sells. Very, very lightly roasted. But yeah, pumpkin seeds, absolutely, they're good. They are. Uh, Remember when we were kids, we used to go crazy over sunflower seeds.
oh gosh, yeah,
And used
they
to
love
crack.
them here. They're so
Oh,
annoying.
oh yeah, spitting out the shells.
Yeah, I never had the patience for those.
Yeah, it was me. It was more. It was more about sucking the salt off the shell, and then I didn't really care about the nut inside so much.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Oh, Sable has one here. He says, "I got a pot of green tea and Hoi-An, and the lady there didn't muck around with packets. There
Uh-huh.
was a whole sprig of tea bush in the pots, stalk and all. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the traditional way of serving
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's how
that's the
that's
thing.
how it is. That's the best way to have it.
Yeah,
And
it
there's a couple
is.
of places. There's a couple of places where they do almost like a green tea, hot green tea with kind of dried fruits in it, almost like a liquid tutti frutti.
Yeah.
Uh, it's I think it originates in Taiwan. They do a lot of it here in Vietnam too. Well, not a
Yeah.
lot. You can't get it here, and it's actually quite tasty. Quite tasty.
Uh-huh.
But the big thing here in Vietnam is coffee.
Yeah. Coffee
Mm.
is pretty tasty. I do get it here. They have it. There's a lot of it here actually.
Yeah,
It's fair amount
the
of
big
Vietnamese products here actually.
the big famous one here in Vietnam that actually export to a lot of countries is Trung Nguyen. Trung Nguyen coffee.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a very big chain of those designer coffee shops
Sure. Yeah.
called Highlands Coffee, which actually is
Mm-hmm.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner is a Vietnamese um, from Canada. And he
Oh,
came
okay.
over, he came back to Vietnam and started
Uh-huh.
Highlands Coffee. He's got
Uh-huh.
shops everywhere. The guy's a filthy rich,
Yeah.
huge chain, kind of like Vietnam's version of Starbucks.
Uh-huh.
And Trung Nguyen is the big famous national brand of coffee. They're the biggest. They export the most out of the country.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's strong. It's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, it kind of gives me heartburn. I can't drink it. I like the taste, but I can't
Yeah, yeah.
actually
It's
drink it.
kind of like the Arabian coffee we used to get in Algiers. Remember that
Yeah.
stuff?
Like
That was
Turkish coffee. Yeah.
yeah. That was like pumped right out of the friggin' oil fields.
Yeah.
That was strong stuff. Well, Vietnamese coffee can be like that, but it's the experience, not so much the drink itself.
Yeah.
Sitting in a cafe under a palm tree or hanging over your table, and that coffee just sitting on your cup, just slowly dripping, your little metal filter cup,
Yeah.
slowly dripping. Yeah, and you can have it with milk, condensed milk in the cup, just
Mhm.
slowly dripping. You're sitting there having a smoke, watching people go by, waiting for your coffee to drip away. You
Yeah.
know, it's the whole experience. That's what it is with Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
oh man,
Well, it's been about 2 hours now, eh?
almost. Yeah, we still got about 15 minutes to go. Might just call it early. I don't know. Yeah, that's correct, Sable. Jungwin, probably the largest exporter and producer of coffee uh, in Vietnam, as well as the number one competitor to Highlands Coffee, as far as coffee shops are concerned.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it does have kind of a chocolatey taste to it, depending
Mhm.
on the roast, depending on where in Vietnam it's coming from. Most of it's coming from the Central Highlands, um, but different plantations cultivate slightly different beans, and the taste between them is recognizable.
Mhm.
But generally, yeah, it does have kind of a strong dark chocolatey taste. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. So don't forget, you should go check out that link. You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and read it when I have my coffee in the morning.
yeah. I mean, don't just do it for the fad.
No, no, of course not. It's not for me. It's just that I want to
Exactly.
have a leg to stand on with my daughter,
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And,
You've got some information to back you up there.
yeah. Yeah, the kids, it's just me and her in the house, and she's, like I
Yeah.
said, she's self-sufficient. But
Yeah.
sometimes the kids, they start to think that we're friends and roommates. And I have to
Mm.
remind her sometimes I'm your mother, and there's rules to follow.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Let's see. We got another one here from Sable. I got a measure of cut to the smoke rum a while ago that tasted quite similar. I'm surprised.
mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm not familiar with that Sable, but then again, I don't drink, so I don't really have a whole lot to say about spirits and things like that. So, but hey, whatever you say, cool, man. Um, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there's lots of things to see and do, and lots of goodies we're going to send you back with. So whenever you're ready, there, Hilda, you just let us know, and Pearl and I will make sure you're all set to go.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Hmm. Absolutely. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I've kind of run out of stuff, folks. I don't really know what else to talk about. How about you? How you doing there, Hilda?
Yeah,
Anything else?
I'm pretty talked out, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had a
You've
long
got some
day.
plans, so you probably need to get going, eh?
Yeah, but I just messaged to say I'd be a little late, so
Oh,
no
okay.
worries. No
Cool.
worries.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Well, we've only
yeah.
got about 10 minutes to kill, so I think maybe we'll just call it an early one today. Unless anyone in the side chat's got something you'd like to bring up and discuss before we go. If not, then we'll just call it a short one and end a bit earlier than normal. Okay.
Yeah,
Sable
okay.
has another one for us. Ha ha ha. I tell you, once he gets going, you can't shut him up. Rum is just a way to make waste products from the sugar industry useful. Well, yeah. I mean, what else is it, really? They grow sugar canes, separate the sweetest bits, extract sugar, and refine it for export, and they're left with molasses and stalks. And that's what rum basically is, fermented molasses.
Yeah,
And from what I understand, rum is probably the most vile hangover you can have. Someone had the smart idea of fermenting the molasses and using the stalks as fuel to distill the alcohol from that and use the alcohol to stop the drinking water on the ships turning green and simply it's green and slimy and foul. So the sailors were happier and healthier. And there you go. The reason why sailors are drunk. Thanks for that, Sable.
Yeah.
He's such a wellspring of useless information.
Yeah.
Aren't you, Sable? Huh? Yeah. But definitely, Sable, you and Peter Noddle, you guys got to hit me up on Discord, and we got to figure out some way of getting you guys on again. It's been a while, especially you, Peter. I really would like to get you back on again. It was so much fun last time. So I haven't seen Tusk or anybody show up today, or Eddie. They're probably quite busy with what's going on. Everybody must be keeping up with Tusk. He started his therapy again. Good on him. Really happy to see that he's moving forward. So if anybody talks to him before I do, give him my best and tell him I wish him well. I try and do whatever I can whenever I see him online or comment and so on. So,
Yeah.
I said, want to know why they call it grog? Doesn't have something to do with meat, like the processing dried beef and stuff, and mixing it with something like that. It sounds vile. It really does. It sounds vile. I'm sure Sable will educate us. Can't stop him. We got him going. Oh man, once he gets started, you can't stop him, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like somebody else we know, eh, Hilda?
Yeah. That's for sure.
So,
oh well, I guess I'll
Peter.
call it a night myself.
Okay. All right. Peter says the only sound you can make after drinking it. Yeah. Grog. Thanks, Peter. I can always count on you to liven it up. And for Sable says, nope. First guy to start adding rum to the drinking water was an admiral who habitually wore a coat made of grog's grain, known to the English as grogram. So he was nicknamed Old Grog. Well, there you go. Learn something new and useless every day. Thanks, Sable. Okay, well, you got to go, so you take care there, sis. It was great talking to you again.
Yeah,
Can't wait
it
to have
was.
you again more.
Yeah,
You take care. Give him many big hugs and kisses from Uncle Jeff.
will do. And
Hopefully,
I'll try and think of some topics we can talk about next time.
yeah. I mean, I'm running dry, man. I'm running dry. I mean, I'm so busy during the week. You know?
Yeah, I just don't. Sometimes I don't want to bring up some topics because they get so heated, and I just like, oh, I better not touch that one because it could be 3 hours.
Well, just send me a list of whatever it is you want to gab about. Send it to me on WhatsApp. We'll figure out which ones we can use.
Yeah, something different. Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right,
Awesome.
guys. Bye, everybody.
All right. Good night, Hilda.
We'll
Great
see
to
you
talk
next
to you
time.
again.
Yeah,
Love
good to talk
you,
to you.
sis. Take care.
Bye. Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna call it quits as well. Still got like 6 minutes to go, but I've run out of stuff to say, and I'm sure you guys are tired of listening to this old voice creaking away. So I'm gonna call it a night. It's been great talking to you guys again. See you again next week. See if we can come up with some more interesting things to discuss. Maybe I might have a few test reels and stuff ready to run across you guys and get some feedback and some input. Maybe I'll do another on-screen photo editing or video editing bit See what I can get going in the works. And everybody keep a watch on my channel over the next week or so. I'm going to be releasing that video on why I don't touch or don't do soft sit and that other shit content. Okay. So I'm not doing it to do the content. I'm doing it to explain why I don't. So keep an eye out for that. I hope you guys enjoy it. I love your feedback and your comments on that as well. So with that, folks, I just want to say thanks again for coming. You guys are awesome. I just can't believe that you guys come out every week and listen to this old fart flap his gums. But I do appreciate it. I thank you. Don't forget, if you want to help support the channel or buy me a coffee, links are in the description. Every little bit helps, and I do appreciate it. So with that, thanks, everybody. And I am out of here. Be safe, be good to each other, and we'll see you next week. Ciao, ciao, ciao.